It's upsetting to see your hero go down. You know, it's very upsetting to see your hero go down. So again, if you haven't seen part 1, click on part 1, and we're going to pick it up here. This is part 2. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is comic book artist, writer, and director Graig Weich from BeyondComics.tv. And I telling my story with Michael Jackson. I think this is the second video. And again, this is the artwork that I did for Michael. I photoshopped a little bit to clean up some of the rough edges because I don't have the original. Michael had it, and now I guess his estate has it. So anyway, watch part 1 and then come to here part 2. So in conclusion, I think the best thing to do is separate the artist from the person. Okay? Again, I understand if you don't want to buy new music from somebody, like, you know, the terrible situation with R. Kelly, my God, right? But again, if you already have the music, you're not supporting him by enjoying the art. It's art. It's its own child. An artist is a creator, is a parent, and the art they create is their child. So if you're listening to the music of Michael Jackson, whether or not he's guilty, you're listening to the child, the creation, not the creator. It's very important to remember that. You do not have to stop listening or loving the child, the creation, okay? Just because the creator may have been corrupt. So separate them into 2 different categories. It's very important. And for God's sakes, man, we are not in a position to judge any of this. We do not know if those guys are victims or if they're victimizing us, okay, for money, and Michael's estate for money. We do not know. We can't judge it. So let's just let them tell their story, support them, that's it. We do not know if Michael is guilty or innocent. We don't. But until we have actual proof and evidence, enjoy the music, enjoy the creation, and enjoy Michael, because Michael gave $500 million plus supposedly to all the charities to help sick children. I mean, that's documented. It's well documented. So he did a lot of good in the world. Hopefully he's not corrupt. Hopefully he didn't do this crazy stuff. But until I have actual evidence proving it, I can enjoy Michael and his music, his child, his creation, and you should too. Okay? And until these guys, which by the way have told the documentary only from their perspective, they have not had any of their friends interviewed to legitimize whether or not they're liars or truth tellers, we don't know. They didn't interview any other side. It's only their story alone. One-sided, very one-sided. Again, Jordan comes out and says his father lied about Michael molesting him and made him lie that Michael molested him and that Michael never molested him. Michael Jackson himself is on video saying he's innocent, saying he would never touch a child sexually, would never hurt a child, would never do anything. Oh, very upsetting. And again, in the documentary, they talk about grooming. For example, if a strange man came up to you and said, hey, I'd like to play video games with your child and have him sleep over at my house, and he has the weird kind of plastic surgery on the nose and the red lipstick and the eyeshadow, and he's kind of looking like this, you probably wouldn't give your kid over to that person, right? But Michael Jackson, dun-da-da, he's our friend. We grew up with him from he's a little boy from Jackson 5 all the way to adulthood. He's our friend. Okay, so we trust him. That's part of the grooming process that the guys in the documentary talk about. But how easy would it be for those guys to Google the story of other people who were victimized by pedophiles and who were hurt by them, and then just tack on that information to their experience with Michael Jackson. And then bang, they get some secret money on the side. Their whole family's taken off. Everything is fine. They're taken care of. Do you understand? A lot of people would do a lot of bad things for money. And in their head, if they think they're protecting their future kids and giving them a college fund through this, that could be enough of a reason for them to disparage Michael. Michael's dead. He passed away. It doesn't hurt him anymore. He's not here anymore. So they could lie and say whatever they want. It's very interesting that they only come out after his death so that he can't have a voice, so that he can't say whether or not he's innocent. He can't defend himself. He's not here. But they might have felt, hey, I don't want to hurt this person while he's alive. Oh, but he's dead. Now I might as well get a few $1,000,000 out of it. A lot of people think that way. You know what I'm saying? So again, we don't know if they're guilty or innocent. And again, also I want to say that there's a lot of people who have been very badly abused since they were children. Like, again, Michael talked about being 5 years old, performing in brothels with prostitutes, having sex everywhere, and propositioning him as a child. And he was freaked out and scared, and he's beaten badly by his father. Yes, it's going to mess somebody up, but there's a lot of people who have crazy plastic surgery and wear lipstick and eyeshadow and who are all kind of strange looking, and they never, ever molested a kid. They never hurt a kid. So that's not, a telltale sign. It just means that person's kind of messed up, psychologically, and maybe had a messed up childhood or whatever, right? Again, we have to remember that it's not our position to make a final judgment, okay? We should not be judging people anymore that we personally don't know. It's not fair. So like I said, let's support all victims until they're proven to be liars. Let's support them. And likewise, let's separate who they claim the attacker is until we have evidence, until we have research and have proof that actually it's true. Okay? We don't know if it's true or false. We don't know. So my suggestion again, and I repeat this, enjoy the artist's music, their creation, their art as a separate entity from the person. Okay? Enjoy the creation, not the creator. That's it. For all celebrities, even if they're proven guilty. For example, Woody Allen. Jesus, man. He ended up marrying his adopted daughter. I mean, that's grooming if I ever heard it. That's horrendous, man. Terrible. But their marriage worked out. They've been together a gazillion years. Okay? So you know what? I don't condone what he did. That's horrible and creepy. But his art is amazing. His children, his creations, his films are amazing films. Woody Allen's an amazing film director. Amazing writer. Terrific stuff. So enjoy that and forget him. Just enjoy that. We don't have to merge them together. Separate them. Okay? That's very, very, very important. It's also important to do that again for even like R. Kelly. If R. Kelly did the horrible stuff that he's being accused of, I mean, Jesus, man, that sounds a little out there. But we do know because of the video that he was with someone underage, though the photos that they showed on the news, that girl looked like she's freaking like 19, 20 years old. It's very hard to believe that that girl was younger, but apparently she was younger. Apparently that was proven, but maybe he did not know it. Maybe he really thought she was 20 or something, maybe he really didn't know. Either way, whatever his situation is, I don't know R. Kelly. I don't care about that. I know that I love his child. His child is his music. I know that I love the birth of the song, and the song is fantastic. So I'm going to be a friend of the song, a friend of the separate entity, the creation. The child is his creation, is his music, right? I'm going to like that. I'm going to like his song. I'm going to like his art. I'm going to like the resource he left us. And forget about the person. Forget about the creator. Just enjoy the art. Don't merge them together. Now, because R. Kelly is still alive, unlike Michael Jackson, I understand if you don't want to support him by purchasing new music, which gives him money. I get that. Totally get that. That's fine. But the music that you already have, the music that's already there, you don't need to delete it. Okay? It's crazy. Just separate. People need to separate these two things, as I said many, many times. Okay? So lastly, I understand from the documentary standpoint, from the two guys on there, we know that, again, Wade lied in court when he was younger. They explain why he says he lied. Supposedly what they're saying now is true. We don't know. Again, we haven't spoken to their friends or anybody who knows them aside from their little circle of their brothers and sisters and their mother. But I mean, friends, objective sources. We don't know. We just don't know. It's like, I mean, look, I'm friends with Janet Jackson's son. It's like, again, that was kept quiet and, now everybody has that in the press or whatever. But that being said, he himself said that in all the times he hung out with Michael, and he was like in almost every video and stuff like that, nothing was ever done to him. He never saw anything done. He was part of those sleepovers, right? So again, I hate to crucify Michael without real evidence, because there's so many people that Michael could have done this with and gotten away with it, and everybody says he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Again, Corey Feldman, Macaulay Culkin, his brothers, our mutual friend, and more people. There's so many people that are saying he never did anything, right? I don't know. Maybe these are the only two guys he did something with, right? We don't know. Again, from their perspective, it wasn't sex. It wasn't an attack. They still love him. They feel guilty for turning him in. They didn't realize it was a sexual act until they had a kid of their own and then kind of imagined and said, oh, that is a sexual act. They thought it's a bonding experience. It's, again, to a little child who's being sexually molested doesn't know gay or straight. They don't know about sex. And if some adult is taking advantage of that and saying, hey, part of being friends and loving each other is touching our genitals and feeling good, that little kid's not going to understand anything. So I get what they're saying, but they could have read that online from multitudes of victims, multiple people who are terribly tragic victims who've gone through it. I have friends, unfortunately, who went through that stuff for real with other people, and it's disgusting, and it's sad, and it's disturbing that an adult would see an unformed adult called a child and do that. It's just sickening, and it creeps me the fuck out. My whole job as a comic book artist is to inspire the child within us all, to save people, to right wrongs. That's why I create superheroes, to send a good positive message to people, right? So it's disturbing to think of anybody who, is malicious or manipulative, right? Manipulative. It's terrible. So again, these guys are saying that they still feel guilty. They still love Michael. That, to me, makes it sound even more believable when they talk like that. That Michael didn't see it as a sexual thing, that he potentially saw it as a grooming process or a manipulation to get close with someone. But again, everybody else he was close with, he didn't do that to, right? And I know that Corey Feldman just recently came out, who I also spoke to personally, and met with and stuff, who said, again, Michael never did anything to him. But he's decided to take a kind of new, neutral standpoint and again say, hey, look, let's support victims. Michael didn't do it to me. He didn't do it to anybody I know. So again, Michael's innocent until proven guilty, but let's always make sure that a victim has a voice. That makes a lot of sense. I understand that. But again, until we have people who can verify, we cannot judge. So I'm going to end it off by saying the same thing I said before. Separate the artist from the art. Period. Enjoy the art, and that's it. Don't have to pay attention to the artist. It has nothing to do with us, okay? If we witness somebody being attacked, yes, now it has something to do with us. Now we're involved, okay? Now we're involved. But if we don't, if we have nothing to do with it, if we have no evidence, if we have nothing to do with the case, stay out of it. We got to stop putting our judgment on people. We're going back to an old time, the old witch hunt. Let's burn him at the stake. Let's take him down. Let's cheer when the person gets beheaded. Stop all of that crap. That's bullshit. Fuck that. And I'm serious about it. No more attacking people that we do not know should be attacked. Let the people involved handle it. Period. Got to stay within our circles, guys. We got to stay within our circles, okay? If somebody needs help and I can help, I will help. If I can't reach them or I don't know them, then you have to let the people who can handle it. No more judgment. Taking down innocent people, judging things. It's insane. It's like a witch hunt. How can we find some evidence to pull somebody down? Enough. If there's something bad, let's find a solution. Let's find a way to solve a problem. Negative people always have no solutions when there could be some. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a real problem. The whole point is to support each other, and that's it. Period. Okay? I'm telling my story as, again, in part one, I described the whole masturbation conversation that I heard and that was told and how it was dealt with. So again, to follow up on that, the second that our mutual friend said they don't want to talk about it, boom, conversation ended. And maybe if he said, okay, let's talk about it, maybe it would have ended naturally anyway. Or maybe on the other hand, it would have turned into what these guys in the documentary are talking about. But I tend to think because it ended immediately, and again, my mutual friend went over with Macaulay Culkin, with Mac, and the family over to Neverland Ranch, stayed at Michael's house multiple times afterward, and it was never, ever, ever, ever brought up again, ever, zero, nothing. He told me everything. He confided everything in me. Everything he confided to me, everything. And I always gave him, an ear and advice and thoughts and everything like that. So again, that's the scenario, It's a very kind of important situation. Our mutual friend, unfortunately, if you're wondering what happened to him, passed away at around 26 years old from an overdose. Very sad that he unfortunately got involved in that. He became friends with Paris Hilton and all these other people and stuff like that. He had a fight with his wife, and his parents found him. Very tragic. His brother, and he used to always go out to Michael's house, dear friends of the family. Very, very upsetting stuff. So that's what happened there. I don't get the feeling that his brother wants to talk about it. That's why I'm not saying their names. Okay. I don't think they would mind us talking about it though, because I'm trying to show a balance and a perspective where Michael may be truly innocent and where he did not push the conversation. And maybe these two guys just want a money grab, and that's why they extended the story and elaborated stuff like this. We just don't know. Anyway, guys, post your comments below. Please give me your thoughts, your opinion. Let's not be hateful. Let's not be judgmental. Let's be meaningful in what we say and mindful, and let's not accuse and attack until we have real solid evidence. And then let's let the proper authorities take care of that, okay? Guys, this is comic book artist, writer, and director Graig Weich from BeyondComics.tv. Please follow and subscribe. As they say in comics, to be continued. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.